city, put you in the mansion.
If you're thinking about buying your first home in 2026, this video is for you. Maybe you're wondering, how much money do I need? What credit score do I need? Should I use FHA or conventional? Do I need a realtor? How does the inspection work? What happens if the appraisal comes in low? Exactly what pre-approvals are for. And if you are thinking of buying a home in the next year, I really suggest talking to a lender. I would love to personally help. Click the link below and I respond within 24 hours. We can help in almost all 50 states. Step number 2, hire a realtor or represent yourself. This is one of the most important decisions you're going to make during the home buying process. Many buyers ask me, do I really need a realtor? And the answer is no. You can absolutely represent yourself if you want to. But before you decide, let's talk through both options. Most sellers have a listing agent. That listing agent's job is to represent the seller's interests, negotiate for the seller, and help the seller get the best possible outcome. If you choose not to have your own representation, you will either be negotiating directly with the seller or working through the seller's agent. Some buyers choose to do that, and that's perfectly okay. However, it's important to understand that contracts, inspections, negotiations, appraisals, deadlines, and disclosures can get complicated quickly. A good buyer's agent helps with pricing analysis, negotiations, contracts, inspection negotiations, appraisal issues, deadlines, problem solving. Now let's talk about the compensation because that has become a hot topic. Historically, sellers often offer compensation to buyer's agent. Today, every transaction can be different. Some sellers offer compensations, some offer less, and some offer none. And this is why you are likely to be asked to sign a buyer agency agreement. That agreement outlines how your agent is compensated and how long the agreement lasts, and what expectations both parties have. Read it carefully and ask questions. You deserve to understand exactly how everything works before you begin. And when interviewing, realtors ask, how many buyers have you helped? How do you communicate? How do you negotiate? What happens if a seller is not offering compensation? Have you worked with first-time homebuyers before? This is one of the biggest purchases of your life, so choose someone you trust. And great news, if you do not know a real estate agent in your area, I personally interview agents and find a great one for you, and I can even give you 2 and you can decide which one you like. The people that I've connected real estate agents to have loved their agent, so I have a trusted way to find the great real estate agents that are in your area. Again, just click the link below and I'll respond within 24 hours, and I'd love to hear your hopes and dreams and your plans for future home ownership. Step 3, get pre-approved. Once you've decided whether you're working with a real estate agent, it's time to get pre-approved. This is one of the most important steps because it tells you how much you qualify for and what your estimated monthly payment may look like, which loan program fits your situation, whether there are any issues that need to be addressed before you start shopping. A pre-approval is much stronger than a pre-qualification. A pre-qualification is often based on information you provide verbally. A pre-approval usually involves reviewing documentation and pulling your credit so a lender can verify your information. So common documents include, they're going to want to see your pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, bank statements, identification. One mistake many buyers make is talking to only one lender. You can shop around and compare interest rates, fees, service, communication, and loan options. When lenders pull your credit for a mortgage, there's generally a shopping window where multiple mortgage inquiries are treated as a single inquiry for scoring purposes. So this allows you to compare options without significantly impacting your credit score. And please do not make the mistake of assuming you will not qualify. Every month I talk to people who think they need a perfect credit, 20% down, or a huge income to buy a home. Many of them are much closer than they realize. And sometimes it's simply a matter of making a few small adjustments and creating a game plan. The only way to know for sure is to have a conversation and look at the numbers. If you're not sure whether you're ready to buy, this is where I can help. Through my leading team, we can help buyers in almost all 50 states exploring their financing options and see what they may qualify for. Even if you're 6 months or a year away from buying, it can be incredibly helpful to understand where you stand today so you can prepare. If you'd like to see what you qualify for, again, click the link below, fill out that form, and I'll personally review your information and get back to you within 24 hours. There's absolutely no pressure and no obligation. Sometimes the biggest benefit is simply understanding what your next step should be. Step 4, start house hunting. Now for the fun part. Before you start touring homes, create 2 lists, a needs and a wants list. Needs are things you absolutely must have. Wants are things that would be nice to have, but you can live without them. One of the biggest mistakes buyers make is focusing too much on cosmetic updates. Paint can be changed, flooring can be replaced, cabinets can be updated, but the location cannot be changed. Pay attention to the neighborhood quality, school districts, HOA rules, commute times, future development, property taxes. Many buyers end up happiest when they buy the best location they can afford. Step 5, make an offer. When you find the right home, it's time to make an offer. An offer is about much more than price. It can include price, earnest money, closing date, inspection deadlines, appraisal contingencies, seller concessions, possession terms. A strong offer is not always the highest offer. Sometimes sellers choose offers because they're cleaner, easier, or more flexible. This is where strategy matters. Step 6, inspections. Once you're under contract, you will move into the inspection period. Think of the inspection as a report card. It's not a pass or fail test. Every house has issues. Even brand new homes have issues. The purpose of the inspection is to help you understand what you are buying. Here in Colorado, some inspections buyers commonly choose to include are the general home inspection, radon testing, sewer scope inspection, mold testing, structural evaluations. Radon testing is especially important here in Colorado because elevated radon levels are common. So talk to your real estate agent and ask them what inspections are common for the area. Remember, home inspectors are generalists. They're not electricians, they're not roofers, they're not HVAC technicians. So if something concerning is found, you may bring in specialists for additional evaluations. Step 7, negotiate repairs. After inspections, you'll decide how you want to move forward. Generally speaking, I encourage buyers to focus on health and safety concerns, major mechanical issues, structural concerns, expensive repairs. Try not to get distracted by every small cosmetic issue. Most sellers are willing to have reasonable conversations about legitimate concerns. Sometimes sellers make repairs and sometimes they offer credits. Sometimes buyers decide to move forward as is. Every transaction is unique. Next comes the appraisal. The lender offers the appraisal to verify the value of the property. 3 things can happen. The property appraises at value, the property appraises above value, or the property appraises below value. Most appraisals come in without issue. If the appraisal comes in low, there may be negotiations between the buyer and seller. For FHA, VA, and USDA loans, appraisers may also require certain repairs before closing. Common examples include missing handrails, peeling paint, broken windows, safety hazards. These items may need to be corrected before the loan can close. We're on step 9, final walkthrough. A few days before closing, you will complete a final walkthrough. This is your opportunity to verify the home is still in the expected condition, that repairs were completed and no new damage has occurred. This is your final chance to identify issues before signing closing documents. Step 10, we're at closing day. The big day is finally here. Before closing, you'll receive closing disclosures. This document outlines your final loan amount, interest rate, monthly payment, cash needed to close. You need to review it carefully. Ask questions. If something looks different than expected, speak up. You will typically bring your funds through a wire transfer or cashier's check. One very important warning is wire fraud is real. Always verify wire instructions directly with your title company before sending the money. Closing appointments usually take about 30 to 60 minutes. You'll sign documents, the transaction will fund, and then you'll get the keys. Congratulations, you will officially be a homeowner. If you're thinking about buying a home and want help with the lending side or connections to a real estate agent, click the link below and fill out the form. Through my lending team, we can help buyers in almost all 50 states explore their options and see what they may qualify for. If you're local here in Colorado and need help buying or selling a home, I'd love to help. And if you're outside of Colorado, I can connect you with a great real estate agent who does business the way I do and help you get started on your home buying journey. So go ahead, click the link below, fill out the form, and I will personally get back to you within 24 hours. I look forward to helping you take the next step toward home ownership.
I can put you in a house on a hill, put you in a condo in the city, put you